Hey guys, we're jumping in with a different character, Bailey Brooks. This is kind of we're picking up, and it's a kind of a test, alternate start test. So I don't know where this character is. I don't know if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, yeah. All right. Okay. So this is picking up from, and then let's just hope that we have. Hey, yes, all right. We wanted to save ourselves a little something, right? So that we don't just completely run around here not inappropriately. Okay, so this is Bailey Brooks. This is a file from back in the day, and you can see portable diagnostics terminal to what? As you can see, this is, and then I know I've spoken on this quite a few times. So this is our ability to test a lot of things. Um, there was a mod that allowed you. It was like RNG plus, and it was an alternate start mod, and then you get to pick your character's start, where your character starts as, and what we were able to do was basically start our character. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, here it is. Okay. So we were able to start our character, long hauler, traits, alien DNA, wanted, and taskmaster. So technically, and it does say 14 locations explored. I don't know what that means because we haven't been anywhere. This is where you see, I mean, you haven't done a single thing. I mean, literally nothing. And this is where it puts you out, right? And then um, I've been curious about this one because, as you can see, it puts us out here on Jameson. No ship. This is our entire inventory, right? So nothing in our inventory that isn't mod related, except for some ammo. We don't even have a weapon. And it puts you out right here to start your journey. And we have zero credits. And so this is a little worse off than I was hoping. And then what kind of pack do we have? Yeah, we have the Constellation Basic. Oh, guess what though? We do not have the boost skill. So we got, what is our skills? We're starting with the one, this social. You have mastered the skill, whatever it does for you. And then we have ballistic weapons and piloting, right? And I think the only reason we have those skills is because of the start. What we started as. So we can pilot a ship. Interestingly enough, we don't happen to have one. So one of the things that we wanted to check, and yeah, why is this guy UC security all naked over here, inappropriately dressed, out of uniform?
I don't know what she lost, but she won't get it back by
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep moving.
All right, so we have to figure out. Okay, we got no money, no artifact. So legitimately no reason to even talk to or go see the guys at constellation. Okay, so no one's back behind the counter, right? But that's part of the mod that people have lives.
Security in New Atlantis begins with you.
Yep.
Hello, I have something to report to you.
Oh God. All right, let's hear it.
You've got it. I know your secret. Your secret's going public.
Fine, you got me. It's true. I collect plushies in my spare time.
Ha. Power to you, kid.
All right, show me what you have for sale. Don't try anything. If you even suggest blackmailing me again, I will end you.
I would not recommend it, unless you wish to test my defensive capabilities.
I sure would. All right, so as it happens right now, we will not sell that. We will make ourselves $699. We don't have anything else. Well, we have some consumables. What do we got? We got some grapes. Yeah. So, oh wait, they're not worth a thing. Thank you.
Please have a pleasant day.
All right, so
That sounds great.
we are literally starting with nothing. I do want to test one thing though. All right, so we can go to the Terran Preservation Society. I do not want to go there. So these are all our missions right now. So the Old Earth data drive, Ghost, that's on Neon. And we can talk to the bartender at the viewport. Okay. I am very worried that there's not much else we can do. But I am very curious.
May I help you?
No. Thank you though. Luckily the NAT is free. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go over to Mass District. We're just gonna try to make some money right now. And basically use every opportunity we have in order to make some money. There's a couple of things that we can do here. Now, Jameson does have a lot of different opportunities to make money, so we're going to see if we can exploit a few of those. So, all right, so my first idea or thought on making money is with the local folks. Real quick here. We now do have money to book passage to other places. And that was one of the things reason why when I saw the shuttle system mod, I was like, yes. And when I first saw it, the idea was for a character that was stranded on Neon. And again, like I said, I believe I deleted that file, so I don't have that file anymore, which is unfortunate because now I can't really test out my theories. Reason being is that character at least had amassed about 80,000 credits. I'm running to the wrong place. I wanted to come over here. I don't know why I was running there. So had amassed about 80,000 credits, which I thought was enough to at least get a ship. And all right, so hey, so now we need to talk to this guy. This is our first chance to make some money.
Happiness.
Right, but
Hi, welcome to Enhance. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks, man.
If you're
All right.
here to try something new, or
Yeah, we're gonna
all
try
our
something.
services in
All right, man. Is this
so you are.
kind of safe?
Yes, of course, sure.
Yeah, doesn't sound very
Enhance is
convincing.
proprietary. There is a reason.
Oh, what kind of reasons bring people here?
Well, I'm not at liberty to discuss.
Okay.
But, gosh, It could be anything.
Uh-oh. Okay.
If you'd ever like to make a change, we're up to the task. How can I help you?
Oh,
be the
man.
best you? Come
That
back
sucks.
anytime.
Okay, well, that was the very first thing, and I don't see that that was going to be the very first opportunity to make money, but obviously it's not. Normally you get him to confess about not being able to, he lost his slate, and then you pick it up for him, and, you know, hey,
Sergeant Yumi's looking for reliable people to help the guard. Contact him if you're interested.
all
We'd
right,
all appreciate it.
I might have to, because I need to make some money, and right now,
Hanging in there.
quick and easy is not the way.
Health issues
All right, no one has told me about the well yet, so that's not. And no one said anything about the guy looking at the big tree. So until they actually do say something,
I'm getting a demos.
until someone actually does say something, I'm not gonna force it. You know, it's got to be somewhat organic, even though running to enhance right off the bat was kind of a thing. Let's just run around. Let's see if somebody says something. I am gonna real quick check out the lodge. See if there's anything there. Does this seem not the way it's supposed to? Where's the big tree? That's not the big tree. Is that the big tree? There's nobody there. Look, he's not out in front of the big tree. I believe this is the big tree. Is he over here? Nope. Interesting. All right, let's run this way. And again, that's why I say this is kind of a test in a sense, right? Because what it also goes to show.
I think I got them.
Oh
What do
god,
you call them?
corns, dude, corns.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you? I think you need to keep those to yourself. All right, so we discovered the lodge. Okay. I don't want to go in there yet, but the fact that it's open says a lot. But I want to. That's something that means a lot. And really, basically, what it means to me is that, unlike the issue that we ran into when we accidentally deactivated the roll your own, start mod, thus canceling out the one mission to return to Argos, or not even return, but to go to Argos and look for work. In doing so, that did, and then when you went to the lodge directly, it was inaccessible. So here,
Evening, ma'am.
sir,
What do we got here? Another applicant to the UC Vanguard? Interested in doing some good for the people of the United Colonies, all while earning your citizenship and credits to boot?
oh, get some credits. All right. Yeah, sounds interesting. Tell me more.
Glad to hear it. Signing up simple. All you've got to do is pass a flight exam and make it through one probationary mission, and you're in. We'll have you working your way to UC citizenship in no time.
Okay, I'm game. Just tell me what I need to do next.
Well, all right. Take the elevator down to the Vanguard Orientation Hall. You can get started at any of the registration terminals. The system will walk you through the rest. And if you've got any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
All right, thank you. Thank you. All right, wait, we got to set some stuff up real quick here. None of this stuff. All right, so we're going to start. I mean, we're level 1, so we're going to start just like it suggests to start. We're not going to, like, we're not He-Man-ing this and being, yeah. So what I do now here, I don't turn these on or this one. I don't need to. We have peak performance installed, so that takes care of our eat, sleep, and drink stuff. I do increase the combat affliction gain, and I do that, and then that gives you bleed and burns and stuff like that. I do not, however, increase this stuff here. Well, this one yet. Well, actually, these two. I do not increase them. I do not increase this one either, because they are absolutely 100% annoying. With the environmental damage, there's nothing you can do. Okay? You get it, and the only thing it's going to keep doing is alerting you to it, and you're just increasing the chances of getting that damage. And the only way to get rid of it is to get on your ship and sleep. Or go see it. You might be able to go see a doctor and get rid of it, but until then, you are just completely, it's a waste. It just makes it terrible. Add spaceship to my fleet, stay up. I'm going to enable this. And what that's going to do for you is when you commandeer a ship, right? The default setting is that you must sit in the seat, the pilot seat of the ship you're taking, right, in order to add it to your fleet. Problem being is this, and this is just for me, but I have real fuel installed, and a lot of times what happens is when you just simply sit in a seat of a ship that you just took over, and then go back to your old ship, all your settings mirror what the new ship has, right? As far as all the controls, right? But the problem is the real fuel mod and will take the fuel from your old ship and put it on the new ship. Even if you don't tell it to siphon it, it does it. And then all of a sudden you go back to your old ship and you got no fuel. And you're like, what? And then you're either stuck trying to figure out how to siphon back the fuel, or if you have fuel in your cargo, you have to refuel your ship. And that's not okay. That's just not okay. Fleet Commander, in truth, I use it now because it's needed with Watchtower added. Before I never really used it, but with Watchtower, once you get into it, the first thing is you're gonna default start is with one ship. But we've seen many a times when Watchtower attacks, sometimes it can be extremely overwhelming, to the point not where it only overwhelms your computer and the engine, the game engine, but at some points you're sitting there and there's 10, 12, 13, ships. There's a dozen ships that spawn in, and there's only you and one other ship. And it's like, okay, will we survive this? And sometimes they just keep spawning in. So you want to kind of at least have something backing you up. All right, so with the slider, right? And like I said, we got peak performance installed. I don't mess with anything. I don't want the auto consume. Then it's like, well, why is it installed? Except for making sure that I, I'm at least keeping the supplies on me or something, right? Shattered space, I put way out there. And I require that we complete Andrasia's quest first anyway. The junk recycler, I do kind of I want to call it a cascading thing. Whoops. Is that the last one? Okay, so yeah, I hit this one time too many. And so it's 5, 4, 3, 2. And then the first two, there's a 75% chance. Those are the low tier ones. And then only a 50% chance of getting, an upper tier. And then 35% for the higher tier one, highest tier one. Real fuel, we have enabled, simulation, survival mode, and SFSE integration. Both are disabled because the Cassiopeia Papyrus or Papyrus needs to be updated. I have not checked recently in the last, I would say, 3 or 4 days since the last time I checked to see if it has been upgraded yet. And the calculation and what you see on screen are not the same. They're not, most of the time, they're not even close. So it's just like, okay, you got to just keep an eye on your visual fuel monitor, see where you're at, and make sure you have plenty of fuel on hand in your cargo bay, right? So that if you do get low, you can refuel. And that's just it. That's really what it is. The reason I keep it, though, instead of just disabling it, is because you want that. You want to have to, your ship takes fuel. So you got to have fuel. You got to be able to, if you want to go someplace, you got to have fuel to get there. And so right now, this is probably the best mod that I've found for that, even though there's some serious shortcomings, in my opinion. Immersive looting, definitely, for me, much needed, even though we have added a mod called Gorefield. And Gorefield kind of does for you what immersive looting would do, but it only does it on the bodies that it actually does its thing to, right? The ones where you end up with a little skeleton, a burnt, crisp skeleton or pool of whatever, right? Then it will take all the loot off of that body and make it so that you can loot it. If it doesn't do that, then you have to be able to and this what this will do. It will basically strip down the body and it make it so that you can loot everything instead of just, like in the default Starfield, you can only sorry. You can only loot the default stuff that it would drop, right? So it would be random drops. Here you can loot everything. So I put it on there. Shades vehicle tuner. Enable. So it auto harvests the fauna, the flora, and the minerals, all minerals. So when you drive past something, it just automatically harvests it for you. The problem that we have is that we have that mod called the Gang's All Here. The Gang's All Here mod allows you to have more than just one companion. Unfortunately, the engine doesn't allow you to make, or no one has figured it out yet, right? Because these modders, they figure stuff out. So, but to this point, we haven't figured out yet how to make a vehicle accept more than 2 humanoids and 1 robot in the back. So that's all fine and dandy if you're just going to have one person with you and say Vasco or a robot. Problem is, I have a mod that makes Vasco into a humanoid. So, and then, so yeah, when we try to get onto so when we were trying to get in there, well, guess what? Vasco's now a humanoid And yeah. And then so it is so Vasco, and it makes Vasco into a female. So she will get into the passenger seat. And so now you can only have 2 people in there, and unless you have someone other, a different robot other than Vasco. Okay, so now this last one, TN's out in the blackness. So that's the one that causes you to have malfunctions and issues out in space, right? Random, infestations, your engines go down, something happens while you're out in space and requires you to be able to repair it. 2 things here. We do have a fuel system, real fuel. So you want to say that, yeah, that's installed. So now you can have issues with your fuel, even though real fuel will do the same thing for you. So I don't know if it's actually necessary to double down on that. And then you have alternate start compatibility. So if you were just starting the game normal, fine. What it does is it delays it until you get back and actually start down the Constellation quest line. So you don't run into issues or run into things while you're going through the tutorial part of the game missions, right? So, but if you have an alternate start, obviously you don't need for it to be waiting, and you can just, it'll start immediately. Okay, so now that we have all that set, we can do this and this, and then so now let's go down here, and oh wait, we did forget one thing. My bad, sorry guys. And I didn't see it, or I wasn't paying attention to it. I didn't pay attention to the entire thing. All right, so when we come down here, it's because I don't see it there. Here's our shuttle stuff. Did I just not come all the way down? So here's our shuttle, right? And then the textiles enable. We don't want to mess with that. We don't want to mess with any of this stuff. Tiny reasons to explore. That's I actually really like that mod. Fleet availability is right now. We're gonna keep it as always. Cost of spacing is fine. Bedlam. Yeah, so I didn't set everything. So Bedlam, coupled with all the other stuff that we're doing or that we have here, means what Bedlam does, it randomizes the POIs and what happens in your chance encounters there. And so reinforcements chance, right? So we could actually increase that to say 50. Assault chance, right? Random chance that human enemies will be assaulted by another faction. We could bump that to 40. Player assault chance, the chance that player will be the target of an assault, not the enemy, right? Pets, extra enemies, say we bump that up, say 50% chance. And then starborn bosses, you can max it out at 10. So right there, we've just increased a few, and actually slightly more than I normally do. I usually go 30 all the way down and then bump that up, sometimes bump it up to 10. And then you have Gorefield, right? That's what we were just talking about. Overkill mode. I don't mess with anything right now. Auto loop corpses, I leave it disabled right now. Dark Star. And then based on what you saw before, this one here, what it says to do is turn down, your difficulty, basically all the way down, and then go ahead and bump this to punish me. And reason being is because things are going to be very difficult with it, and you need to, work up to how difficult this is going to be, especially in the very beginning, the beginning of the game. So start, and then you let it build, right? And then what I do is I usually start very easy, then I bump it up. As soon as I start seeing that it becomes too easy or, easier than I want, then I bump it up to easy. And then usually I want to say I'll have it bumped up to normal by the time I'm level 20. And then by the time I'm level 30, level 40, that's when I'm looking at bumping it to hard, then very hard. And then basically probably by the time I'm level 60, 70, even maybe not until I'm like level 80 is when I'll bump it to extreme. I Belly Brooks agree. Okay. All right. We're actually gonna just run through this real quick. Just and then so and look at that. Look at that. We just went up. We're at level 3 already. That is awesome. That means a lot. Excuse me, bro. So what you want to do is you want to be able to come through here and pick every single thing. You want to go in here and read this, of course. Read through the entirety of this. Let's say boom. And then just keep on going. So the key is to hit every single display you want to hit. And then what I kind of do, so this is where we learned about Londinium. So it's kind of funny to me in the game, it doesn't consider that you've learned about Londinium, right? It should be a flag that gets triggered, that gets set once if you do this, there's certain triggers or flags that should be set to say, okay, we don't need to explain this. Based on all this, we should know who Vevictus is. We should know all about Londinium, right? We should understand all that stuff. And the fact that the game doesn't account for that, because you can't be a UC Vanguard without knowing who Vevictus is. All right, we know. All right, so we can come out through there. Now, one of the other things we're gonna do is, now that we have, so I think we have weightlifting already. I'm gonna boost that one, and then hold on. We're gonna boost that one, and then man, it's so tough. Okay, this one's gotta go for sure, and then we need that. All right, there's more that we need, but that's all we can do right now. So we want to come through here.
Welcome, applicant, to the piloting simulation chamber.
Well, thank you.
Please enter the designated simulation pod to initiate your exam.
I will in a sec. Okay, that's stealing. I don't want to steal, because I don't want to get caught stealing. But I do believe, I just can't remember
if we
where.
do our jobs right, you shouldn't even be able to tell you're in a simulator.
There it is. Simulator admin systems keycard. So you know how we have to hack the admin systems? Well, if you find that key card, guess what? You don't have to hack. All right. And then, and the key is here. Not the key, really, but the one thing you really want to do. There it is. Hidden treasure. Nice. So hidden treasure, there's several mods, not several, but 3 mods that I have installed. One is, and 2 of them are Tiny Reasons to Explore. One is Tiny Reasons to Explore. The other one is Tiny Reasons to Explore Space. Now, Tiny Reasons to Explore means there's just little camps, things like that are now set up on the planets, that you can find and go to, and they just have little nuggets and stuff in there. Nothing major, nothing awesome really, but just cool stuff. And it is cool because it gives you a reason to just go around and look. And then Tiny Reasons to Explore Space puts just new randomized space stations, usually derelict space stations, and ones that have been kind of blown apart actually, that you can go down to and investigate a little bit. And usually they do have a enemy or 2 on them. And so it's kind of, you get on there, and then there's cool stuff there too. And then there's the hidden treasure that puts, I think it said over 1,400 treasures throughout the galaxy, randomly throughout the galaxy. And it's like that. So you can go to a place and expect nothing there, but then somewhere in the nook and crannies of that place, you'll just find a box and it'll say hidden treasure. And then sometimes you'll have to, you put your scanner on and you're like, oh, boom, right, stuck between two buildings, right, without even, that you wouldn't even have thought, looked at or noticed. Boom, there's something right there. And so those kind of just add to the game, and just add to, hey, it is worthwhile to explore. All right, we're going to talk to him real quick.
You must be our new applicant.
Yeah, I am.
Proctor
Can you tell me about
Samuelson.
this exam?
Of course. You'll be
All right,
running through
yeah,
it. Your task is to...
Okay.
However,
I got you.
and your enlistment bonus, but you're welcome to try it.
Well,
We'll only
and
keep the highest
we
one.
really want to increase our bonus. All right. Got any advice?
Well, I can't answer that question directly.
Uh-huh.
Due to the solitary nature,
Yep.
you're permitted, even.
Okay. All right. What kind of ship am
The
I?
simulator is designed to be a near
Ooh,
perfect
Class
replica
B
of-
Deimos.
It's been tuned to provide a challenge.
All right. Thank you.
Good hunting.
Okay. Let's get in here. What's our cash? Oops. Well, actually, let's do that. And then just get. Oh, since I'm in here,
This
I
is
can't.
the Mark 18 flight simulation chamber applicant,
Uh-huh.
currently in orbit around a high-detail recreation of a remote world. When you're ready to begin, please take a seat in the pilot's chair.
So what I like about this is, well, I won't do it because I don't want to break anything. I don't think we can do anything here just yet. We shouldn't. But go ahead and you sit in the seat.
Your exam is simple. Defeat as many tiers of opponents as you can before your ship is disabled. You must defeat at least 3 tiers of opponents to pass the exam. Good hunting, applicant.
Okay. And then right about now.
Target's active.
So you see, we want to get up. Run over here real quick. Station control, debug tools. One is we're gonna shield upgrade, damage upgrade. We're gonna generate an ally, and then we're gonna come down here, unlock, with the key card, and then infinite upgrades, which means they just now persist between tiers. They don't go away. And then we're gonna generate an extra ally. Okay.
Shield upgrade active.
Now we're gonna get back in our
Damage
seat.
upgrade active. New ally active.
Ally active.
And then we want to locate locate the enemy ship and at least try to fire on it. God dang it. I had the wrong view. It's slower. In my opinion, if you're in first person view on your ship, your maneuverability is much slower. You can't target as quickly. So the key is you want to get some shots in on each one for it to count. Is this a target? Yeah, target. And right now we want to get credit for 5 kills.
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 2 reached. Initiating Tier 3. New targets active.
Alright. Tier 3. Now, one of the things we could do is we could say, alright, we passed. Boom. And then
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded. Tier 3 reached.
Congratulations, applicant. You've defeated sufficient opponents to pass the exam. You may now exit the simulator through the hatch to record your current score. Or stay and try your
now,
hand at
if
the
we
remaining
had
games.
more skill points, you know, it would be beneficial for us to get up, leave the simulation, advance our piloting skill,
New targets.
and then come back in and just do it over again, because that would credit us. Because right now, all the kills that we're doing right now don't really count towards our next level, right? Piloting skill, at least. So
All targets eliminated. Progress recorded.
we're pretty much good to go, but we don't have another skill point available. So, and we haven't leveled up, so at this point it doesn't matter much.
New targets active.
So we just have to figure out, you know, what are we satisfied with? You know, tier 5, tier 6, tier 4. You know, where's our backup? I don't think we have any more backup. Or is that one right there? Yeah, there's our backup. We're still far away. Alright, so we got one there.
All targets eliminated.
And we got another one. Okay, so we got both are still available.
Initiating final tier.
Still there.
Prepare yourself.
I don't know that they'll survive this next round, but they'll make it so that we have a better chance of surviving this tier. Not saying that we will, I'm just saying they help our chances of surviving. Now, I know one of the things that they say is break the shields first, but I always shoot both weapons when I'm trying to beat down their shields, and I actually shoot missiles too. And I've noticed that that does help wear them down. The only problem that you run into is in trying to wear down and break through their shields, sometimes your weapons don't replenish as fast enough. And then so now you're all of a sudden waiting for your weapons to replenish. And of course what they're doing, they're building their shields back up. It might be a 2-on-1 fight right at this moment. So we gotta dispense of this guy first. You see, we're already. Okay, is this gonna be 1-on-1? No. Who are you shooting at? Are you shooting at me? No, we got another ship. Or we got allies. All right, nice. Excuse me. Now, usually I like to have Sarah here to be impressed by how well I did. But what can you do?
Congratulations, applicant. You've passed. You can head up to Commander Tuala to receive your final scores and your probationary assignment.
I will. Thank you. That Janet Weber thing. Commander?
Well, look who's back. Everything go all right with the exam? Or did you have some questions you needed answered first?
Well, I wrapped up my exam. He told me to come back here.
So these are your numbers that just came through then.
Mm-hmm.
You ready to hear how you did?
Sir, yes, sir.
I like the fire, applicant. Let's get into it. So, looking at the data, hit every mural in the orientation hall, huh?
Well,
a test of preparation and thoroughness. 2 traits the Vanguard values highly.
Mm-hmm.
Psychological results are all within expected levels.
Okay.
Navy doesn't have room for folks that'll fall apart the first time they're trying to outrun a homing missile.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you found the debug system in the simulator. Nicely done. Curiosity and resourcefulness are skills our recruits need.
There was one thing I'm going for
now,
I didn't get.
How'd you do against your foes? Tier 6. You cleared Tier 6. No one clears Tier 6. Even with the debug tools.
Oh, that's not true.
You should be damn proud of yourself. So then, looking at your results as a whole, factoring in that you managed to utilize all the tools at your disposal, once you've successfully completed your probationary mission, you could have your UC citizenship after only just 3 years. Guess a top 99th percentile piloting score will do that. Plus a hefty signing bonus to boot. Not gonna get a better offer than that. Sounds like you're just the type of pilot the Vanguard's looking for.
1 year would be a better offer.
If you're interested, we could bring you on as a provisional member today. get you the credits you've earned, then send you out on your probationary mission. First, though, all UC service people, provisional or otherwise, are required to swear an oath. So, you want to make this official? Commit yourself to the cause of the colonies?
I'm ready.
Fantastic. Then just follow me.
I was expecting him to be taller. Oh, and look, they're still there. Excuse me. I wonder what kind of clipping is going to happen here since they're not moving. They're just hanging out. Oh, goodness. We're in trouble.
Wouldn't be right doing this where we couldn't see the stars. Now, raise your right hand.
Oh, no. And we're stuck. And we can't get out. Well, there you have it. There you have it. And no, seriously, I can't do anything. And then while we're watching him just not be able to do anything, and she's just looking at him like he's crazy, we'll see if he actually corrects himself or... All right, so that is still available. Since I don't know what the ID is for this quest line here, I can't advance it. But, and it's kind of unfortunate, right? But, so, this kind of plays in line with a kind of a thing that I talk about quite a bit. And that is, a little knowledge is dangerous. Also, if you don't fully understand something completely, right, you can think you're doing something great or good, and this is what you end up with. Now, we might get lucky, and this corrects itself.
The motto of the Vanguard is Supra et Ultra.
Yeah,
above
look at this.
And beyond.
Is this not effed up or what?
Beyond the furthest reaches of the United Colonies military.
At least it's going forward.
Above reproach. Do you swear to protect and defend the citizens of the United Colonies to the best of your abilities? And to uphold the values of the Vanguard, honor, loyalty, self-reliance in all your actions as a member of the United Colonies Navy?
I do.
Then let me be the first to officially welcome you to the United Colonies Vanguard.
She's kind of cute.
Now, only thing left is getting you that probationary mission. And what I've got is comms repair. Group trying to refurb an old colony war processing plant on Tau Ceti 2. Sounds like they'd barely gotten set up when their communications died. Place is as isolated as they come, so Brass wants a Vanguard to deliver the repair suite and ensure anyone present is safe and secure. So, can the people of Tau Ceti 2 count on you?
Let's do this. Can I take her with me, though?
That's the spirit. Head down to the spaceport and talk to Crew Chief Harath. He'll get you the repair suite plus your new recruit kit. Oh, and your advance. Give it your all out there. Supra et Ultra.
60,000. All right. And we leveled up. All right, so. Ooh, what in the world happened there? All right, well, guess what we're doing? We went up 3 levels. obvious. We're gonna do like that, but and then I'm gonna do that so that we can steal ships. I'm gonna do this, and then pistols. We don't have any weapons, and then I want stealth. Okay. I don't think he gave us anything. Didn't give us any weapons. We have a Constellation spacesuit? I didn't know that. And a pack and a helmet. Okay. But I think that's all we got as far as clothing. And we have a couple of frag grenades. We could actually bomb some people. I mean, if need be. We have argon and we have a key. Okay. All right, well, let's make ourselves useful. All right, so here's the thing. You see that? You see, it's not. But okay, so back to my point. So when you don't truly know, and then I'm gonna say that I don't think you intentionally. All right, we're gonna talk to the Trackers Alliance person, but. I'm going to say that I'm going to say it wasn't anyone's intention to create a mod that was going to be broken, that was going to break other mods, or or put you in a position where you have a character and there's not a thing you can do with the character because everything's broken. So with that being said, I understand the intention wasn't to do so, but in not knowing all the necessary pieces that are involved and required to push things along, and when these things were going to need to happen, it is broken. So now we have this character, right? We are testing to see if we can dig this character out of the hole that it's in. We have no ship. Even though the lodge is accessible to us, which is awesome, we don't know what's going to happen once we go in there. How is going to pick up? Is it going to pick up on that same narrative just like in a New Game Plus, where you walk in and they start talking as though, what happened to you? We got the piece. We just didn't think you were going to show up. Right? So that's a possibility. Or, or it's going to be broken because there's no frontier. And, so where do we get the frontier from at that point? Right? In New Game Plus, we have the frontier, but our main vessel is the Starborn ship. Right, the Guardian. But now we don't have anything. So again, we go in, we create this, and I want to say we had a good idea, a valiant effort of how to start, alternate start, but here we are. We're basically picking up the pieces and hoping that we can keep going. So let's talk to this mysterious tracker.
Hey.
Yeah.
I'm glad I finally caught up with you.
Me too.
I'm from the Trackers Alliance.
Didn't realize you were looking for me.
We have a proposal for you.
Uh-oh. Wait. All right, be honest with me. This isn't about my outstanding bounty, is it?
It's definitely not. They wouldn't send me after you for that, and if they did, you'd already be bagged and tagged.
Very confident, aren't we? Okay, I'm listening.
Good. Because what I'm about to tell you could change the course of your life.
There's a lot of things
changing. The Trackers Alliance has been following your exploits and believe you have what it takes to join our ranks. You're being invited to our new headquarters in Aquila City. There you'll meet with Agent Number 1. If you decide to consider our offer, they'll guide you through our initiation process.
All right, I have questions.
I'd expect you do.
Mm-hmm. All right, wait. What if I say no? Are you gonna arrest me then?
What if you do? While I would hope that you'd seriously consider our offer, it doesn't matter to me. You're free to make your own choices. I found you, I delivered my message, so my job here is done.
All right. Okay. And then why should I join?
Well, if you have any inclination of being a bounty hunter,
Well, I
then this is the
didn't.
best deal you're going to get. I'm not here to convince you. I've just been instructed to deliver the message. Your questions would be best answered by Agent Number 1 at the HQ.
All right. Well, I got no more questions.
Okay, then.
I'll consider it. If I show up, you'll have your answer.
I suppose we will.
Okay.
I'll be heading out soon if there's nothing more. Remember, Trackers Alliance HQ in Aquila City. Speak to Agent Number 1.
Okay. So, first things first. Now that we've done that, now that we have some money, we're gonna dip down into the well. Not a whole lot we can do down here, even though there is stuff that can be done down here. This quest is broken, and it was broken. I don't know if we removed the quest that broke it, but we've added in a quest that is basically using the same assets that one is using, and then now it doesn't work anymore. And then you can do all the stuff inside, but then once you get outside and you got to go to that one apartment, you can no longer do that. Hey, you got the Naomi Nagata haircut. And you are, Hey.
I help out Henrik from
Hey, what do you do here?
Oh, Henrik is an old friend of mine.
Okay.
But I don't just loiter.
I like to do business with you.
Unfortunately, but if you do a small
I'll think about it.
all you need to do.
Hey, Red Mile, got it. Okay, sure. I'll do it.
Fantastic.
All right.
Stay out of trouble.
Can't really do it because it requires certain things, but we can go over here to the tracker. Yeah. All right, this woman is annoying, but
Welcome
hey,
to
Zoe.
the Trade Authority. If, however, you are here under
Yeah,
then
no,
I'm afraid.
I don't need to.
So,
Yeah,
what?
just looking around.
Then my disclaimer doesn't apply. Please let me know.
Let me see what you got.
Be my guest.
Okay, so I don't really know that I have anything worthwhile to sell her at this point still, right? I didn't gain anything. I have ammo. But you can see they're not really worth a whole lot. But and then I got a decent amount of credits. Let's just see what you got. I'm looking for a particular spacesuit, and you don't happen to have it, and you don't have actual wearables. And you don't have the fuel either. Med packs are so expensive, and I have so little money. Weapons. Well, how much is that? 750? That might be worth at least picking up, even though a side star, modified side star, $2,000. Reflex sight, muzzle brake, tactical magazine. Yep. And wait. What does a side star take? 27 caliber. What ammo? So I don't even have 27 caliber. Okay, so how expensive is ammo? Oh shoot. Can we get at least 20 rounds? 25, 30, 40 rounds. All right. Thank you. Why are you down here in the well?
We've been in New Atlantis for a very long time. With lots of infrastructure already in place, it's had the unintentional.
Okay. All right.
If you need anything else, you know where to find us.
Sure do. All right, sorry about that. Okay, so there's not really much we can do down here. Granted, I mean, there's always, a possibility of stuff with, the tiny reasons to explore. So, requires computer terminal. We don't need that. Okay. So, real quick here. We're gonna do something really stupid. Okay. So we're gonna favorite that. And then okay, all right, so we got that. Okay, now what we're gonna do is quick save. All right. I might be in the wrong place, so okay. Yeah. It's not what I thought I was over there by the apartment, but I'm not. So I'm not gonna worry about it. If I was, I would actually go check it out, but since I'm not. Hey bro.
Got a call someone's power kept going out. Know what it was? A heat leech as long as my leg.
Really? Alright. Hey, let's do this. Let's get out of here. Nope. Actually, where's that store? This is it.
You wanna help me move some stuff into your apartment?
Hey man.
Hey, how you doing? You here to...
Yeah, no, I'm here to purchase.
Fantastic. I would be pleased to assist you.
All right, see what you got.
Take your time. I got all day.
And that was kind of creepy. And watch. Nope. Just looking to see if he had a better weapon than what we already had. And doesn't look like it, but it is very possible. Let's see what liquid cooled. Oh my goodness, look at that one. How much is it? Yes, all of our money. All of our money. But look at it. Look at it. Oh my gosh. We need to save up for that. I love it. Okay. How much is this one? As much as I like it. I don't even know what we got, to tell you the truth. Oh, I love this one too. Okay. And then helmet. Not the hugest. Oh, that's not bad. Okay. All right. So there's some cool stuff there. This is what we need to look at. Okay. All right. So this one, 4K. 4K. Seriously? Seriously. What's that? 3. This one has more. All right. 3K? It doesn't even have anything on it. Here we go. Be honest with you. Mm-hmm. And as far as I know, I still don't have a single thing that really he would. Oh, immobilizers, bandages, antibiotics. Nothing he would really. The Argon's not worth anything to him. And the grapes. Oh, where did we get that from? Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Watch your back out there.
Hey, I'm gonna try. Do we need to steal? I'm gonna try not to. I'm trying not to go down to the life of crime, but I make no promises. Requires a key.
Let's hope Tech will be surprised the contents came damaged.
You see that scientist out in front of Mask? Staring at trees? Sounds upset? Whatever it is, can't be that bad, right?
Okay, let's see if he's out there. Like again, like I said, we want to try to keep all the quests that we do receive, like kind of keep it organic in a sense. We don't want to just force anything, but sometimes, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do, but and maybe, and there he is. There he is. He wasn't there before, but now he is. Awesome. Hey.
I'm sorry. I really can't.
Yeah. I know. I got you. Something wrong?
Yes. Concern. I work for the scientific.
Yeah, I know.
Are you familiar with this?
Yes, I am.
Look, I don't normally solicit help.
Hey, man, I'd love to help, bro.
Well, that's.
You're paying, right?
There's a series of. They've been running for long enough. That
Okay. All right. So we got to locate the biosensors. Okay. Let's get to it. All right. There's one. Sadly, we're gonna have to spend money on this one. But luckily, where are we gonna go? We can jump and walk on the top of trees.
Expensive my rent has got.
All right. Okay. We should check out the clothes store too. Get out of this jumper.
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
Okay, wait. CJ's is not it. I believe place I want is I don't know. I think I ran past it.
Seems like the Crimson Fleet.
Alright, so we got 2 of the 3. Jameson Mercantile. Oh, right. We could have. Why didn't we go in there? We could have looked in. All right. So we need to get back over there. I think we can. The fact that he stepped across the bench to sit on the correct side of it, that actually is pretty cool. Right?
I miss my daughter too. But we've
So, where we want to go, to be honest with you, I think we can get over here this way. Yeah. We gotta go around. There it is. All right, bro. Nice. Hey, how you doing? Show me what you have for sale, good sir. All right, he's not got a lot, but he might have something. That's not bad. Not bad. But I'm not interested in that. Not interested. God dang it. All right, so we gotta find something. Megacorp executive suit. Wait, what? Okay, somehow everything. This is it. This is the one. I don't even want to pay. I'm not spending 2K, man. Okay. All right, man. What the F, man? Since when is it that expensive for clothes?
People joke, say those maroons held as a worship snake.
I want to suggest diverting tons to xenobiological.
All right. I mean, push come to shove, if we need a job, we can do that. So it's really kind of a toss-up. Where do we want to go? Right? We have the basically the fare to go one place or the other if we need to make more money. Do you want to step in here real quick and we can he's done. He doesn't work all day, but
Hey, are you looking for eggs too?
Mm-hmm.
I've only found one so far, but I want to find more before any.
All right. Well, I'm looking for biosensors, not eggs.
Okay, well, if I see any of those, I'll tell you. Miss Seng over at UC Distribution bought.
All right. Mm-hmm.
What?
What do you mean? What me for, man? I ain't doing nothing.
Wen really keeps the distribution center in. It's a privilege to be able to work. You'll want to talk to Miss Seng about that.
All right, where is she? Oh. What do you got? You got nothing, man. Seriously? All right.
Take care of yourself.
Where's Miss Sang? And then here's another issue that you can run into.
Hi.
Hey.
How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm just trying to find Miss Sang, see if she's... You see what I'm dealing with right now? And then Avi, I didn't pay attention to where the marker is, right? The marker's not in here, so I didn't need to come in here. Oh my god, she's all the way over there. Get the sensor from Miss Sang. Okay, maybe she's walking back.
I missed our Bobby so much.
Private sector. Now that's where the real...
And hopefully the thing isn't over to what's the name guy's head. All right, he should be over there. At least it's a short walk from where she is to where he is. What is she doing all the way over here? Hey.
I'm afraid, due to recent legislative action, I'm no longer able to allocate ships. I can, however, deal in general goods.
You bought an egg.
Jordan?
Mm-hmm.
That kid's in here every... Why,
Okay.
what is it? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, you can have it back for what I paid for it, plus a little extra. Pleasure doing business with you.
Now, I believe
You're
there's...
always welcome back, if you don't mind a bit of a wait.
Oh, I believe there is a way to steal it, but... We're not going to worry about that.
I don't mean to be pushy, but I really do need those sensors.
Really?
And quickly.
What exactly are you worried about here?
Recent scans of the tree have suggested that a significant portion of the interior is liquefied. Obviously, some small percentage of its internal workings is always liquid to allow for the transfer of nutrients and so forth, but this, well, I've never seen anything like it. If it continues to increase, I'm concerned the entire tree may collapse, and I'm also worried about other secondary effects.
Okay. Should this area be blocked off just to be safe?
If the time comes, I will certainly attempt to alert the appropriate people en masse.
Okay. You'll get to the bottom of
I
this.
appreciate your confidence. The sooner
All right, well, I got your sensors right
so
here.
You do? Yeah. Wonderful. I'll just take these, and we'll see what they have to tell us. All right. We'll just upload the data. Give it a moment. And just another moment. It is working, isn't it? Ah, there it is. Relief. Now let's see. This is... Well, it's... Oh my.
Hey, bro.
Well, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that my suspicions were correct. There is something wrong with the tree.
I don't know that that's good news.
I will report my findings to MAST immediately with no small amount of satisfaction. The phrase, "I told you so," may even be uttered more than once.
Okay, that doesn't sound like good news, dude.
Well, from a certain point of view. In an admittedly somewhat selfish manner.
Yeah, very much
Bad
so.
news, as it were, is that the internal composition of the tree is changing. In this particular case, the tree is now regularly emitting ultra-low frequency sound waves. They're nearly imperceptible now, but they're growing in strength. This is something we've never observed before. Depending on how large these waves grow, consequences for the city could be disastrous. I must consult with my colleagues in Mast at once. Thank you for your assistance. I hope these credits are adequate compensation.
Well, it depends. 2,400? That was less than I was expecting, but it is decent. All right, man. Let's see. We'll check on them later.
I'm so excited to see Tony.
Let's go over to the spaceport. This was a problem that we had before. You see? That's not normal. So what has happened, and then this is just a theory on my part. So what the mod has done is basically prevented the databases from basically populating with any variation of ship that it normally would have there. So when you go to the ship makers, I can buy a vehicle, but I cannot buy a ship. So this one would normally have ships in there, no ships. If I came over here and said, okay, Dark Star Services, right, I can buy stuff. Adhesive isn't that expensive. So that's great, fine and dandy. Apparel, all right. Oh, flashy leatherware. Synth, United Colonies cap, Space Rogue muscle shirt. Huh? But again, the hats are so expensive, let alone the clothes. So the cheapest clothing is this one, and of course this one. $2,000 for just that. I can kill somebody and take their clothes. I mean, the clothes is as much as the spacesuits. That doesn't make sense. Wait. Okay. And then if we come over here, I like to see where.
Okay.
All right. So now we can look here again. Nothing. Apparel. All right. What do you got? Ooh, wait. There's a hat. Oh. Fishing hat. Okay. So we got the muscle gear, and then we got the flannel. $2,000 for that. We got the space trucker hat, the Teo. Ooh. And then now, I think it is true. It has actually been kind of settled for us. I think I'm gonna go with this. And oh, I didn't see that. God dang it. I am gonna take that, but I'm not gonna wear it right now. I am gonna take it though, because I might end up. Do I want a hat? farming hat. Farming hat does. All right. Okay. Thank you. All right. Oop, wrong one. Dang. When you see me do that, that means I hit the B key thinking Fallout. And so, whoop, whoop. Put that on and put that on. All right, so we got this. As much as I like that, I don't like the boots. Let's see what it looks like as we're running around. Holy cow, we are jacked. We are jacked.
Hey.
Whoa.
Good to see you again. Can I get you something? Hey there.
Hey.
Always nice to see a new face. First time in New Atlantis?
I don't know that I should be talking to you. I didn't think I was that obvious.
Oh boy. I didn't mean for you to take it personally. It's just something to say to customers. Break the ice. Know what I mean?
I don't.
Listen, you just relax. Make yourself comfortable. You're welcome to stay as long as you want.
That's a little hard to do when you've forgotten your gear. Business seems to be booming.
Yep. Spaceport traffic keeps me pretty busy. But just between you and me, I've got something in the works that'll change everything. A new drink that'll make this place.
Okay, well, look, we can sit here and talk to you all day, but that's not gonna be okay. We'll have to give this drink give it a try.
You would love it. I guarantee. I made a deal with the hub, but it never showed up. Security.
All right. Well, sounds like the sort of thing that could drive one. Okay, can't you just order some more?
Yes.
Mhm.
Sorry.
All right, you should talk to Scoot.
I submitted all, and really, I need to get my head.
Sure sounds like you could use a helping
I
hand.
really do.
Mm-hmm.
Before we say, I
You know what it also sounds like? It sounds like you need some clothes. Come, what? No.
You
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm here for you. Yeah, I'll do whatever.
God, you have no.
All right.
Obviously not expect.
All right. Well, there goes my idea, right?
Yeah, this is
Mhm.
hardly a life.
Okay. All right. How do I get that
I'm
stuff?
obviously not expecting.
Okay. Don't worry. I'll figure something out.
I'm not worried. Wait, are you saying?
All right.
See you around.
See you around. Why is she naked? And no one else is. So we're gonna help her out, and then we're gonna leave town. Maybe. That's if the shuttle services are actually working. While we're here, all right, let me go to show you what else. Hello? Shouldn't there be a services technician out here? We can't do anything there. All right. At this point in time, I don't think there's anything we can do for her. So, note to self, you got to show up during the day. See, yeah, again, I was going in to change her outfit. The outfit is cool and all, but I think I'm still just gonna stick with. Oh God. Yeah. Yeah, I think she looks kind of cute like that. Okay, so no technician. That's not helpful at all.
Have a good one.
What?
Hey, what? Are you alright? Didn't mean to disturb you. Yeah, I know.
I've got work to do at the embassy. Claims I need a...
All right, do you know anyone that can help?
Oh, really? Look, if you...
Hey, it's my pleasure. My good
Thank
deed.
you. I'll wait here.
Okay. So we do not talk to Janet Weber. That is for certain. So shuttle service. That is what we want right there. But we have to come back. And then so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go do our good deed. And then we're gonna come back for the shuttle service. Yeah. So now we need just to run over to the embassy and let them know that Ambassador Chisholm is waiting.
One day, I'm gonna leave New Atlantis.
I know it has him highlighted, but that's because I haven't changed it. But basically, at some point, it wants us to come back and talk to him. I don't think it's right away, though.
The well's been having brownouts all the time. Mast finally sent someone down there.
There you
Nothing's
go.
changed.
Except for one thing, we can't finish.
Only
what?
those with an appointment are allowed inside the embassy.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the Free Star Embassy. Is there something I can help you with?
You look like what's her name? A little different, but almost like her. Let's see. One of your representatives, forgot his Representative Chisholm, is being held at the spaceport by UC Security.
Typical UC security. They
Mhm.
try to bully us every chance they get and still manage to play the victim.
Mm-hmm.
I'll get this squared away with the folks down at the spaceport. Thanks for letting us know.
Oh, that was way. See, one was less than I expected. The other one way more. I was expecting 1K, but 6K is even better. 6 times the amount.
Let's see what your file says.
Where am I going? Okay. So we're gonna head back to the spaceport. Look, they're still there. Mm-hmm. I think our best bet, actually, until we can figure something out, is we have to force the game into believing we have a ship or giving us a ship, since we can't actually buy one. And then, as much as I really would like to just go to Neon, I mean, I could go to Neon, make a bunch of money there, and then, but I wouldn't be able to get a ship on Neon. Now, shuttle services. Hey.
You didn't hear this from me, but those ecliptic mercenaries,
Oh God.
the factions use them sometimes.
And then, actually, I think this is a brilliant idea. Alright. So, I want... Wait. Rewards program? 1 free shuttle flight, insufficient funds. 1 free room for a night. Permanent 20% discount. I have insufficient funds for all that. I'm not worried about that. Destination. I want to go to... See, I can even go to Sidonia if I want to. But I don't. I want to go to Aquila City. Each ticket has a set price of 500. Aquila, yep, purchase. All right. Thank you. This is the first time I've actually am using this, so I don't know.
My mother wanted me
But
to be a doctor.
isn't this cool? This is the coolest thing ever.
Am I right?
You know?
Everything good?
Yeah, everything's
We're here to
good.
help.
Yeah. I'm assuming I just go here.
You have a nice day now.
Or do I? What do I do? Excuse me. I don't know what to do. Hey.
Sorry, can't talk.
You're in the... Hey, no funny stuff with that boost pack. Not enough flight traffic as it is.
Information. All right. So welcome. We offer our tickets. You can cancel a book flight anytime, provided you're not already on board. However, we do not offer a refund if you cancel your flight. Whilst on board. Okay. Whilst on board our shuttles, you are under... All right. Oh, okay. Well, we'll go to the shuttle. And... Hidden treasure. Hey. Oh my goodness. Yes. 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 I will take all that. I don't know what that was, but you know. Thank you. Thank you. That was awesome. I'm not mad at you for that. Hey, look, we are in dire straits, right? We're trying to repair a broken game. Hold on. I don't need that one. Investigate brownouts in the well. Miscellaneous. It would be nice if it actually did a quest. Okay. All right. So what we need to do is find the shuttle. The shuttle, a shuttle, any shuttle. I don't think this is it. But I won't be mad if it is. All right, so that's our what's the name guy. Okay. So there should be a shuttle somewhere that we could be boarding, or we should be boarding, right? Where? And technically should have. I don't think I missed anything. Hey, where's the shuttle?
Careful if you run into those ecliptic jerks. I know your type. The freewheeling space ace. Must be nice.
I think the game is broken. Literally, I think whatever this mod did for the new start has broken, literally broken the database for all ships, right? Not saying it. So what it's doing is I think what it's actually doing is keeping the shuttle from whatever shuttle that we would be taking from spawning here. And I think what I should have done, and then unfortunately I wouldn't have known to do this, is what I should have tried to do is, you see how the shuttle service, ticket price, all right, fine, fast travel. So change whether the shuttle ride should be a simple fast travel or a full experience riding on board the shuttle. Enabled after purchasing a ticket, you will instantly be teleported to your destination. What am I doing? All right, so we are doing that. Shuttle service, move player ship. We don't have a ship, but okay, shuttle service, orbit time. All right, so Now, do I have to buy the ticket again? I might have to, and I might have to buy it to, say, Neon, do stuff on Neon. And then, destination. All right. Sidonia. All right. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's broken.
Nice ride.
Here, this is what we're gonna do. What's up with it? I hate to do this. I really do. Because one, you don't know what's going to happen. Two, we basically are undoing everything we did the last 10 minutes. So you can see we haven't done anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to skip everything that we just did. Even though it's 6K that I'm saying goodbye to it, but I'm not going to make you guys go through all that over again. There's another guy right there. What's this? Okay, so why are these guys not have clothes on? This guy does. Alright, so first things first. Go in here. Let's make sure we set this. Shuttle service. All right. Okay.
Up there, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Must be cool. I never get to go to space.
All right. We're gonna change our clothes. And then I'm going to go out here real quick.
Nice hat.
Then you can see the shuttle is not there. So we don't want to go through the, but we do want to get this stuff. All right. So we don't want to not have gotten that. All right, let's go buy ourselves a ticket.
Everything good?
No. Okay. Did I miss it? Okay, there it is.
We're here to help.
Okay. Well, can you help by teleporting me like it's supposed to? So what I'm believing is happening right now is that the mod is either not working or it's being overwritten by something else.
Just one quiet day. Not too much to ask for.
Okay, I gotta check on some things. I'll be right back. Because this might be the end right here of where we can go with this. Okay, wrong button. Okay, so we're gonna see what comes about here. Might be pausing real quick to reload it one more time. I had to go in. What I did was I moved the shuttle service mod all the way to the bottom of the load order just to make sure it overwrote everything. and we'll see. Now, what I'm looking for real quick though is I want to see how all these guys look, just in case some things aren't rendering the way they should. So I'm gonna come back out real quick. Okay. You see, they still don't have outfits. Which doesn't make sense to me why they don't. Now, one of the things I was expecting to happen, kind of right off the bat, I just want to check to see if this is looted. Yes, it is for us just to basically teleport to our destination. And
keep it moving.
All right, so we're gonna pick a different okay. When we get done here, it should just teleport us. Yep. So basically, we bought 2 tickets and the mod. Let me just double check just to make sure our settings are set the right way. All right. Change the travel time of the shuttle. Please note these are only wait times in orbits. The full shuttle ride, boarding, takeoff, and flying is longer in total. Okay, I don't think that actually affects anything here because we're all right.
Because they have little outposts everywhere. There were so many facilities abandoned after the Cold
Okay,
War.
we're gonna do one more thing, and then this might just be it. Okay, so what I discovered, one of the things I discovered is a paid mod, so I may be having to hit Bethesda up and to get my money back. Well, because I don't know that there is an excuse for it to not work, if that makes sense. And and hear me out on this, right? Yeah, okay. If the other mod has broken the game, in a sense, right, where I can't buy a shuttle or buy a spaceship or anything of my own, this mod here to teleport me from one planet to another should be unaffected by that. Because really what this mod should be calling on is just a simple, almost a command console line, right? Teleport player from here to there. And when I go in and set it, so when I go in and set it right here and say fast travel, yeah, use fast travel instead of the whole drawn out whatever it was going to do, right? Where you walk out to the shuttle, board the shuttle, and do all that. That would have been great, right? But since we are saying, yeah, skip all that, screw it. We don't need that. We just need so after purchasing a ticket, a shuttle will land, dock, and you get to board it, after which it will take you to your destination. After purchasing a ticket, you will instantly be teleported to the destination location. So no matter what is going on in any of the other part of the game where I can't buy a ship, or where, the frontier isn't available or anything, I should at least be able to buy a ticket, and as soon as you're done, be teleported to your destination. There is no shuttle that's going to land here and take me where we're wanting to go. Okay? We have set the setting. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do one more try. Right? And we're going to pick Sidonia. All right? It's taking our money. I should be teleporting right now. I should literally be teleported to Sidonia right now. And it's not happening. There's nothing more that I need to do at this point.
Sounds like they might be sending security down to clean up the well. It's about time, if you ask me.
So I'm not and this is the first time I've actually tried to use the shuttle service, so I don't know if it actually works in other games. Yes.
The well's been having brownouts.
This is a concern right here.
Finally sent someone down there.
So that is a concern for these guys. It's a concern for the bartender there that's, in her underwear. But the bigger concern is I'm kind of out in the cold here. And and again, it's like, wait a minute. The whole point of the whole point of this was you were supposed to that was supposed to be our ace in the hole, right? It's like, okay, yeah, well, we don't have a ship, so fine. We can't buy one from the Dark Star kiosk, so we have to wait for the technician to come back out and see if we can buy one from him. Spoiler alert, we're not going to be able to. He's not going to have any ships. Like I said, that database is broken. And if you're wondering what I mean is, technically if you look at it, really, there's a database of ships, right, in the game. So there's going to be a list of ships available. And then each kiosk is going to be assigned its own list of ships that's available for sale. Hold on one sec. Sorry about that. It's just my voice. So there's going to be a list of ships available at each kiosk, available for sale. And since the game, and then this also goes back and plays into the whole narrative that I'm talking about is, the modder that created this mod really, really screwed up. And is as plain as day. Because what the mod was doing, there were three things that were going to happen. One, you could spawn, right? You could say you were a chef and spawn on Neon. You had to make those selections, and then yes, you would spawn on Neon in the same condition as we are here. no ship, no money, no nothing, right? You just spawn there. And then if you went to the ship technician to buy a ship, they didn't have any ships for sale. If you went to Stroud Eklund, they didn't have any ships. If you went to the other ship dealer there, they didn't have any ships. So their database was empty. And so their list of available ships was empty. And that's the way, it was there. The same here. Our list of ships, look, we don't have a ship. Our list of ships available for purchase is empty. And we managed to be able to spawn either here or there in Neon, or if you selected other options, because the key was you were supposed to be able to select options, right? And then based on the options you select, it was going to randomly generate and put you on a particular location, put you at a particular location. And we're just doing this for poops and giggles. All right, wait. We're going to put this down. Let me show you why I hate this person here. All right, so this is a mod, and Janet Weber is spawned right here. She's always here. If you decide to talk to her, just watch what happens.
What do you want? Are you my contact?
You can hear that's an AI voice anyway. Hi, Janet. How are you?
How do you know my name? Look, I don't know what you want, and I should not even talk to you.
Your father. No, see if I say, I can't remember which one I say every time. I have something you want. You have something I want.
I really don't know what you are talking about. Look, you are wasting your time. I am waiting for someone, but it's definitely not you.
Your father told me you have a key.
Yeah, I have loads of them. So what? Why are you looking for that key?
Look, I need that key. My family is in danger.
How can I be sure you're not lying? Sorry, but I will not give it to you.
So right there, she attacks you. I'm not attacking anybody. I put the gun down. I'm running away. So what I'm thinking here also is this. It does not matter which line that I go down with her. She gets violent. And again, like I said, it's AI. So I'm very suspect on the writing. All right, so now that I got nothing, I think I do have some trauma packs and stuff. We got med packs. Let's put that there. Bandages. We're gonna put that there because we do have a bleed going. Should have used the Hippolyta really if I. Now that I think on it, I'm gonna use that while I'm here, and we're gonna use that. Where does she go? Okay. Normally, security this is the first time I was actually able to kill her and security hasn't jumped in. The vault key, 10K. We'll take that. We'll take all that. And guess what, girl? We're taking all your crap. That's for the crap that you gave me, and then for being such an awful person. that is the first time that we've been able to kill her or even have a fight with her without security actually jumping in on her side. And you see what we had to do. We had to run away from her. And then I again, I don't know. So we don't want to check in on Kel. So let's get rid of that. All right. I don't see any particular quest that's now available right now that has, you know, anything that's changed, right? She was just there and now we got nothing. So we just took everything that's on her. We can go and look. Do want to see what her frontier attire has that ours doesn't. Okay, we'll go to that, and then let's see what we got for weapons. So now we have this guy. I'm gonna put him up here, and then this one does quite a bit of damage, but we don't have a whole lot of rounds for it. For now. I don't like space adept anything, even though I guess when you're in space, you can get 30 plus 30% damage, right? Extra. So it kind of makes it so that it's like, well, it makes sense to have a weapon that you break out while you're in space. Okay, so that's the magazine we picked up. I don't know what these are. City of Dreams and Ruined Lives. Ebon Guard of Her Ladyship Silk. Alright, sheep, a lot of them. Well, that's what Andresia would have you believe anyway. She's not far off, but her perspective is a little skewed and ill informed. Darkstar loves this place, not for what it is, but because the way it's governed makes it one giant military machine. That is precisely what humanity needs to survive the dawn. The UC is Darkstar's greatest external asset in the war in almost every reality. Well, second to a well-motivated ecliptic fleet, it does suck when you arrive too late in reality, though, and see this place torn to shreds. Or worse yet, when they've already been converted and rebuilt the city around them. I don't know what this is. This is Vex. Oh, this is Vex's log. Okay. I'm gonna say, I don't know what that is. I don't think it has anything to do with what we just went through with that, with, what's her name? So we have treasure tokens, 3 of them. The vault key, which I don't know what that even pertains to. So yeah. So, I mean, technically, it didn't do anything for us.
You will be scanned as you enter the city. Please keep... Okay. No bounty. You're clear. Enjoy
Okay.
your visit.
So what we're doing is we're waiting for the ship technician to show up. Obviously, it doesn't matter how many tickets we buy or purchase to get out of here. We're not going anywhere. And if I knew the command console codes to put me on a different planet, I would use it right now. It only makes sense. But as you can see, we've bought numerous tickets already now, and not a single one works.
Hey there.
So I will have to, again, just kind of test this with another character that isn't in a broken save file, because this save file is broken, and it's just unfortunate because it's like, and I have to say it because I can't. I'm not built in the way to not voice my opinion about something, especially something when it affects me like this does. And it's like, if you don't know what you're doing when you're looking to create mods and stuff like that, and I'm not trying to beat down on anybody or, I love what the modders do and everything. But if you don't know what you're doing, stay away from it. You know what I mean? Don't put stuff out there that's going to break people's games. That's going to ultimately lead to poor experiences and things like that. Just because, you get what you pay for. And in the case of the shuttle service, it's 200 credits. So it is $2, right? So you just put something out that doesn't work. In the case of the RNG plus alternate start mod, I don't even know if that's still available, to be honest with you. But it shouldn't be, because obviously it does not work, right? Or, well, it might have been, they might have updated it and changed it and everything, but you can see the condition that it was in when it was put out there. And that's a disservice. That's a disservice to other modders, because it really lowers the credibility of people that go out and actually do put good work. And then it makes you kind of skeptical about, well, do I want to pay for this when there's a chance it may not work? It may not actually work. And do I really want to sit here? We've been here for 2 hours and run that risk that I'm going to invest 2 hours into this character trying to get off this planet, and there's no way. And no matter what I do or add to the game, I can't get past the broken down piece of crap that was the original alternate, start mod that, was supposed to help me, right? Well, not help me, but it was supposed to be here so that I could start a different way and move on. Now, the one last thing that we can do, and I didn't want to do it because I wanted to see if we could do others, figure out a different way. But obviously we can't. So the one last thing, and then, yes, I am going to test the shuttle mod with another character, but I have to do this one first since we're here. We're actually going to go to the lodge. And then I'm expecting one of two things to happen. One is going to be the typical point where when you show up, like a New Game Plus, and they're like, oh, we thought, you got lost. And, it's interesting that you decided to show up. Either that, or the game will just break. You know what I mean? I'll hit the open button and it will either open, or I'll hit, and it, it'll open, I'll go inside and it'll just break, or I'll try to open the door and nothing happens, right? Which is still, the game is broken. So those are really, that's it. That's the only thing that really. So unfortunately though, again, and back to my point, is like, because you have to wonder, what testing did you do when you put this together, right? Because when I went through, I got 3 different outcomes. This one here, the one where I'm on Neon, still without a ship, or I end up in just some room with no doors and nothing, just a room with 4 walls and a ceiling and a floor that I cannot get out of. And that's it. Those were the three outcomes, no matter what. So my question is, and then I remember when I first went through and did a review on it, I was like, okay, so what is the magic combination of selections that you need to make in order to not be put on Neon with no ship, or to get put someplace where you can get a ship or do have a ship? Never got a response back, or any kind of answer back on that. See? Where did that come from? Now, we did run around and we could have tried this 2 hours ago, right? Because we did verify that we came here and it was available to us. Look at that. It's locked. So we can't go anywhere other than right here. And then, all right. Oh, hey, she's got clothes on. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Okay, fine. I had heard
Yes?
Oh, goodness. This isn't boding well.
Can I help?
Just as I was afraid of. I was more afraid of this possibility than the other one, where it's like, oh, she showed up. Let's go. This was the least.
What is it?
This was the more worrisome possibility.
Hey. Something you need? I'm listening.
Because now we don't have a key. Everybody's bricked, right? So again, and if we take something as stealing, yeah, this is a POS mod, man. Piece of poop. And it's just it's almost outrageous that you would put something like this out there, and then again, and this is what it looks like to me, right? And then we'll go and we'll load up a different save and just run in and test the shuttle service real quick. What it just looks like to me is like there's so many things, right, that are in play that trigger one thing after another. And if you put this together without knowing all the things that need to trigger, right? And you not knowing that and everything is shoddy work. It is extremely shoddy work. And it's frustrating, right? Because here I am trying to figure out, okay, what can I do? What combination of things can I do to get it, to get past it, or repair, or force the game ahead, right? And I mean, technically, there's probably a couple of things that I could try to do. You know what I'm saying? But do I want to do all those things? Right? And then, does the average person know those things to do? One sec. Okay, I'm back. All right, real quick here. Let's get back in here. All right. So what I'm going to do, just right here, I'm going to do this. Okay. And what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go SGO. Then 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 4, 8. SGO, or is that SQO? SQO, I'm sorry. Can't read my own writing. 0, 0, 0, 3, 4, 4, 8. Okay. So you can see this is the list. We'll page back up. So you can see there's a ton, right? So this, the 3448 is the quest ID for the opening quest. So unfortunately, I can, well, unfortunately, fortunately too, is I can say, all right, let's put ourselves, let's see, grab jump to Jameson, fight off or evade Crimson Fleet, land at New Atlantis, go to the lodge. Okay, so I can, let's see what we can do. Now, the thing is, you have to kind of know what you're doing, right? So let's do this. And then I'm not saying I know what I'm doing. No. And then let's just say 170. Oops. That wouldn't work. 170. All right. And we'll back up. Okay. Let's go back in. We'll see if this is going to change it. Didn't change anything there. Hey, Sarah.
You've got. What can I help you with? Yeah.
Okay, nothing. All right. So what we're going to do, okay, is I can try one other thing. All right. So we'll go here, and then I'll say complete quest. Then is that 4? No, 3, 4, 4, 8.
Oh there, Vasco.
Greetings, Walter Stroud. How may I assist you?
Oh, no, I don't need anything. Just,
something you need? Yeah.
See, nothing.
At present, all
Nothing.
systems are functioning well with.
And then if I come here, and then let's just see if we over completed. Nothing. All right. And then what if I just for poops and giggles, reset quest. Mm-hmm. 3, 4, 4, 8. Now, what I don't like is there's no. Usually when you input a command and do that, it just does it. But there should be some sort of visual thing that happens on the screen in game as we do that, right? And then I'm gonna do it one more time, but I'm gonna, and then these you don't need these, but I'm just cover all bases just to make sure in case it's looking for them. See, so you don't need them. And again, oops. All right, so we're gonna come back over here, and then what we're gonna do is one last shot. Okay. And then boom. Up.
In established parameters.
So.
Well
yeah.
then, keep up the good work.
Affirmative.
And so right now, yeah. So even though we can get into the lodge, doesn't really mean a daggone thing. And like, I don't know what the teleport command is. It's not teleport. At least I don't believe it would be. I think it's something else, right? Where basically we're going to set location to a certain ID number that tells it to move us here or move us there. And then since we can't get the shuttle service to work, we're a little screwed there too. Okay, so once again, I said we would try. Give me a minute. All right. So we're gonna jump in with this guy. I don't even know where. Only thing I know is I think his save file said Jameson, so we're on Jameson. I don't remember anything about this character. It's been forever since I tried to use this character, I think. And then again, I could be wrong. I probably could have used him a couple weeks ago and just don't remember. But since he's on Jameson, I figured we'd look at it. And oh my goodness. We got Barrett with us, and we got Sarah. Sarah, let's trade some gear.
Let's see what you got.
Yes, anything I got is gonna be better than what you're wearing or not wearing. All right, I'm gonna give you that. Yeah. For right now, yeah. I'm sure I got other. Oh, you already had stuff, Sarah. Well, Sarah, why aren't you just wearing your clothes, man? Man, I tell you, what's Frontier got? Oh, Frontier had absolutely nothing. All right. Sarah?
Want to see what I'm carrying?
Oh, shoot. All right. No, you're good. But let's put you. Yeah. Let's see if that'll work. Because to tell you the truth, we can put you in that, or we can put you in that. Yeah.
Talk to you later.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, we love it. We love it. You look good. Who are you, Lieutenant? I'm not happy to see him. All right, so first things first. These things off my screen. Thank you. All right. So I'm not happy to see him, that's for certain. Not him. Torres. Not happy to see Torres. So I'm thinking, though, the reason we see him, I'm hoping the reason we see him is because you see how just it shouldn't do. All right, right there. Let's go to completed. Old neighborhood. Back to Vectera. So that has ground pounder. All right. Yes. All right. So whatever happened, that one has been done, right? So maybe he legitimately is here and not over in Altair. So if that's the case, we are okay with it. You know, I don't really care. So what we need to do, though, settings. All right, so right now it's normal. Greatly increased. Sustenance off. No more bonus. All right, and yep, we have it set like we like it. Real fuel is, we got it up. Disable that since we don't have the Cassiopeia thing installed right now. All right. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. And then look, you can move the player ship. Okay, so we're for poops and giggles, because there's our ship, right? What do we got? We have the Frontier. All right. All right, so this is us. Did you notice? Did we get that in the other game? Did we get that when we came in the other game? Who's here? Is it you, me, you, and Sarah? That's it? No one else? Okay. Barrett, you look kind of like you could do some stuff. Okay. Okay, so I'm quick saving. Destination. Where do we want to go? Alpha Centauri Transfer Hub. I don't know where that is. Let's go to Gagarin Landing. Okay, thank you. All right, remember, we got to wait for the... Oh, see? Look at that. Okay, so it does work. So that one freaking mod has effed up the entirety of the game. So the shuttle taking us to Gagarin Landing is supposed to land. But before it does, let's go get our treasure. Treasure token added. So I think we get a token for every treasure that we find. You see, it's even has a marker. Shuttle service. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I'm fighting every urge to put whoever created that the mod, the alternate start mod, on complete blast.
It was all a favor and never turned into one of those spacers. Scum of the galaxy. Robbing, stealing, killing. Even the Crimson Fleet don't trust him.
Look, food and drinks kiosk. Oh my goodness. And look, we just have to take a seat. I will in a minute. I just want to see what's going on. What's this? All right. Docking port. Oh, in case we decided to go someplace where, you know, it's the three of us, just the three of us. We can make it if we tried, just the three of us. You, me, him, and I. I mean, well, wait. Does that work? All right, wait for the shuttle to reach its destination. You are free to move around during transit. Check this out. Are you serious? Okay. Oh my goodness. Do I need to move around? Look, these two just sitting there like little sad sacks. I just want to look. Did you see the planet? Okay. And look, Gagarin. Can we see it? Is that it over there? Hey, Sarah. How you doing? Look, we're traveling through space. Look, what planet is that? Is that it? The shuttle has reached its destination. You may stay on board as long as you wish. To leave, head to the marked landing bay door and interact with it. Okay. I don't know that we've reached our designation since we are still...
You know, if you go out there with no helmet on, your head will totally explode.
Okay.
Run into spacers, scumbags.
Can I say, what the... I'm being attacked by trash everywhere I go. These boxes in the trash. Is that... Well, not... And look at that, the shuttle service station right there. Hello. And then look, there's my ship. Decided to come join us. I am, like completely and total.
Welcome to Kagarin. Your ship need fuel? Repairs?
And watch this. All right, so Dark Star shipbuilding terminal. Buy ships. This is what I'm talking about. So you have a database of ships, right? And then so what your kiosks are going to have is a list, right? So when the game is when the game loads, it's going to create a list that each kiosk is going to have of ships for sale. And what the other game has done, not the other game, but that alternate start mod is done. And then so you can see kind of the extent of just how bad it was. Because not only did it, basically empty out every single list of ships that you could possibly buy, it doesn't give you a ship. You don't have the artifact, so you can't start the main quest line. You know what I mean? So it really literally puts you. And then here's the thing. Whatever planet you spawn on, that's it. You can't even enjoy the game because you can't travel or move around to any other planet either. And then again, like I said, I went out, I spent 200 credits. That's how much I wanted to see if I could get past and, alter whatever has happened and fix it. Right? And that way, I can turn around and say, okay, well, no, I can't, I can't do this or do that. But what I can do is I can, say, okay, well, at least I can try to manually, via the shuttle service, move myself someplace and see if I can buy a ship. Now, the one thing that I also thought of, and then what I was trying to do was, if I could get to look, there's the, and then watch this guy. See, look, I want to view and modify my ships. I would like to view my vehicles. My ship needs repair. He can't sell me anything, but that's not a big deal. Right? So this is Dark Star Astrodynamics. So this is Dark Star Game Overhaul. So he wasn't here before, but now he is, and he hangs out right here when you want him. Jessamine Griffin is Jessamine for All. That's a mod that moves her from sitting on board the, the key, and then puts her here so that we could actually recruit her here. And by doing so, that means no matter what we do with the Crimson Fleet quest line, she'll be a member of our crew and will still be a member of our crew afterwards. Because if you recruit her on the key, then if you don't side with the Crimson Fleet in the end of it, she won't stay with you. So, all right. So guys, I mean, it's literally 100%, 100% total frustration. That I'm the way I see it, just because it's like, you saw how cool actually the ship shuttle services are, right? And they work. But one mod, and then I even set the ship shuttle service to the bottom of the load order after everything else, just to make sure that it's still, nothing would overwrite it. And you can see, no matter what, how and it's really weird because the shuttle services uses a ship, right? And the question really just becomes, is it because the shuttle service, because of what it does to the database for all the ships and how it clears it out, that we can't create a ship for that? But I don't think that's the case, because we saw there were other ships still landing and taking off, right? And then that one ship, which never takes off, I don't think. Maybe it's always there, so that is unaffected by the whatever the alternate start mod is doing. But either way, you see this and you're like, how bad did you F up? How bad did you F up that it really broke everything in the game? You know, and like, we can go in and talk to Sarah and you know, talk to the people in Constellation, but we can't do any of this stuff. And it's like, well, why is that? Why is it so broken? What in the world did you do to break it this poorly, this badly? And it is literally extremely frustrating, you know? I mean, it's like, so yeah, there's nothing I can think of that I can go back and figure out that I could try and fix the game. I mean, I've literally thought of everything that I could think of. We have tried, and the last bit was, okay, the shuttle service. That should get us to another. I mean, I can look up the command codes to see if I can teleport myself, but is that what everybody is going to have to do? And I probably will do one more video where after I do look up the command codes and do the attempt to teleport myself to, and then the only place I can think of to teleport myself to is Aquila, because then you have to show me that you completely broke the game. And what I mean by that is you completely broke the game because the Trackers Alliance mission will at least give you a junker ship to get where you need to. Well, what it's going to do is going to give you a ship so you can get where you need to go. And then at the end of that mission, it's going to give you a junker ship to at least get back to Aquila. So if you have to do everything with a junker ship and then kind of, you know, mod that one so that it can at least, fight, in the air and maybe get yourself a, commandeer one, and after a fight, that's one thing. But the other thing too is, okay, but then how do we jumpstart the Constellation quest line? So it's going to answer a question. It's going to answer the question, well, did that game break the Constellation quest line permanently, where you just can't do anything to start that? And then second will it mean I guess that save file is kind of like on the same lines as the other one that got broke, where I could probably do all the other stuff in the game. I just can't do any Constellation stuff, which also means I would have to change my settings for Shattered Space so that it doesn't require the Andrasia portion, because you can't do any Andrasia stuff or Sam Coe stuff or Barrett stuff or Sarah stuff unless you're doing the Constellation quest line. That also takes Walter's quest off the table, right? And yeah, so all Starborn stuff is off the table. There's no New Game Plus that's going to happen. So unless you somehow stumble across an artifact somewhere else, right? Or I look up the code for that and spawn that into my inventory and then go with that over to Constellation. So we will see. All right. So with that, and guys, thanks again for joining me. I appreciate your patience, and Hopefully you guys are just as inquisitive as I am as to, hey, I'm really wanting to know how badly is it broken? Is that game file broken? And is it really beyond repair? And like I said, it's, in my opinion, it's just shoddy work and irresponsible to put something out there that could possibly do that. And there we have it. Now I broke my game, but it was my fault. And it was just simply because I deactivated the mod, the alternate start mod, and then started playing without it. And that broke the game. That's different. That's one thing. This is something completely different. It's like you start me off and you put me down on this planet, but you didn't give me anything. There was nothing. So I don't get it. Now maybe this could be along the same lines, right? You deactivate the mod, and yeah, you're kind of screwed. So we will see. Okay, guys, I'm gonna jump out, and I will see you guys next time. Remember, like, comment, subscribe. Until then, peace.